Hey, everybody. Thank you for coming back to watch another We Go podcast YouTube. So this video is going to be about Salt Lake City, season 4, episodes 8 and 9. So y'all know I normally have these on the podcast, and I have an episode coming out tomorrow, which is Tuesday, or depending on when this video uploads, maybe Tuesday as well. And in that, we kind of briefly go over Salt Lake City, but not a lot. So I wanted to go ahead and just give you my recap for the last 2 episodes. Going forward, of course, you know, anything I do on the podcast feed, the visual part will be over here too. So you'll get the Salt Lake City recaps either way. But I just wanted to go ahead and get those out to you because I was behind. But in the words of Usher, I'm so caught up, got me feeling it, caught up. Don't know what it is, but it seems you got me twisted. I'm caught up. Because, baby, after BravoCon, I was feeling like, am I going to make it? Marvin Sapp, never would have made it. But I'm back. Anyway, enough of all those shenanigans. Let's get to talking. Episode 8, I am going to kind of like just breeze through real quick since it was 2 weeks ago. I'm sure you've heard so many perspectives, but I just wanted to give y'all my perspective on things. And I did bullet point notes. So I'm just going to go ahead and get into my notes. I realized I probably was looking at myself again, not into the camera. Y'all, I'm getting there. I promise you, I'm getting there. So episode 8, Whitney and Justin. Jay, love you, Jay. They're in the kitchen and they are discussing her meeting up with Mary. So when she said she was meeting up with Mary, here were my thoughts. I'm tired and over it. Whitney said she needs to find resolve with Mary. She said she was going to meet up with Mary because she needs to find resolve with her in order to move forward. For me personally, I think that's a you or a Whitney problem. You know what I mean? She created that with Mary. Now, we can say that, of course, we know that Mary can get and say mean things, what have you, which we'll get into in episode 9. But when Whitney literally tried to rally her cast members and said out of her mouth, I'm going to need you guys' help in taking her down and then calling her a predator. Yeah, that's something you created. And I do believe Mary is holding on to that. Again, we'll get more into that in season 9, which is why she doesn't want to move forward with Whitney. I wish she would say that, just cut through the BS and be like, I'm not fooling with you after what you said about me and my husband, Robert Sr. And I watched you ask the rest of your friends to help take me down. So no, absolutely not. I'm not interested. Mind you, let's not forget that, I don't know if it was after season 1 or 2, but when Whitney was talking about her father's sober journey on the show, off the show, she brought her father to Mary's church and spoke so highly of what she felt when she was in Mary's church. She literally talked about that, Whitney. So then for you to turn, after your experience at her church, you were there, you said it helped your father in that moment or what have you, and you felt something, you then join in on the attacks and the rumors about her church, which to me was off. You've been there. You didn't have anything to say negative about it after your experience until all these other people started talking about it on the show, right? So anyway, I felt like, Whitney, you created that with Mary, full stop. So if Mary is not willing to move forward, and if Mary wants to stay stuck in that and not move forward, that's on Mary. But as far as you moving forward, you can't require Mary to. You apologize for what you said and then move on from it. And be glad Justin has a job. He may not be able to make Bobby's party. At this point, he's saying he can't be there, but he's working, moving right along. Heather and Monica riding snowmobiles. Now, I know that it snows in Salt Lake City, right? Clearly, duh. What months does it snow? Because, and when was this filmed? Because if this was filmed, oh, you know what? Well, wait a minute. Okay, let me slow down because I'm getting excited here. We know as of now that Heather's Beauty Lab and Laser filed a lawsuit against Monica back in August for non-payment of treatments that she received. They filed it this past August. I'm assuming, or was it August of 2022? Because they're out riding snowmobiles together. So had Monica already gotten the treatments from Beauty Lab and Laser? And did Heather know at that point that Monica was unhappy with the treatments, or did this not happen until after them filming? I've got to believe that it was after, because I cannot see Heather not knowing about this lawsuit. Now, we do know that Heather's going to get a call later in the season, and people are saying that phone call is somebody telling her, hey, you know, Monica is suing you. Like, hey, Monica is the woman that Beauty Lab and Laser is suing. Maybe Heather didn't know Monica was the person. I don't know. That seems really hard to believe. Maybe because the last name was different. Because it's also come out that Monica had her maiden name, her married name, and then once she divorced, she didn't go back to her maiden name. She went to her dad's last name. And word on the street is that she uses different names to go get these beauty services and then not pay for them. I don't know. So I'm just wondering, we need a timeline, y'all. When did Monica originally get the treatments from Beauty Lab and Laser? When did they film last season? When we know that Beauty Lab and Laser sued Monica in August, right? And we know now that Monica is countersuing. In that scene, though, Monica shares her story of being abandoned when she was 12, being left with these people that were her mom's friends. And it is really heartbreaking. You know, children need their parents if they're good parents, of course. You know what? If they're bad parents, and yes, it is best to leave them in the care of someone who will love them and give them the nurturing and everything, the tools that they need to be thriving adults in society, right? And adults that contribute to the betterment of society. But my heart did break for her in that moment, because you want your mom. You want your mom. And so to be left like that and be 12 and try to reconcile that into the relationship you have now with your mom is definitely a lot. John and Jack. So we have the scene of John and Jack. John goes over his mission stuff. He shows Jack pictures. His mission was in Vegas. Lisa then comes in and is very contrived to me. She just is a contrived person to me. I love that John told Jack that if you get out there, you can come home, because he talks about how there are people who tell their kids, if you don't do a mission, like, we're going to disown you. You know, you're not going to go to heaven. You're not pleasing to God. So the fact that John is telling him, hey, if you get out there and don't like it, just know we will welcome you back with open arms. I thought that was beautiful. Kids need to know and feel that they're supported. You know, I try to do that with my kids. Like, hey, they need a soft place and a safe space to land. And I want my kids to know that they can talk to me about any and everything, even if they know that I may not agree. It's still an open space for them to talk, you know, because I always want to know what's going on with my kids. I don't want them carrying something that's so heavy for them that spills into other aspects of their life. You know, and nowadays with people unaliving themselves because of the stress of things, I don't ever want my kids to feel that, or anybody close to me. So, or not even not close, anybody, period, you know? So I appreciated John telling Jack that. Lisa, in her story about her roommate trying on her clothes and saying, I just want to know what it's like to be you for a day. I get what she was trying to do. She was trying to tie it into. So in other words, to piggyback off of what your dad said, there are people that are going to be strange out there. There are people that may make you uncomfortable. Guess what? You can always come home. But it's just a strange way to do it. But that's Lisa making it about her. She makes everything about her. Meredith. Hey, that's Meredith and Heather's couple named Meredith. So you have Heather, Meredith, Monica, and Whitney. They all go out. What, were they snowboarding or were they riding snowmobiles? Y'all, I'm not going to lie. I was at the gym watching it. And so I had got like distracted for a little bit of moment, but I came back. Monica said, so they all were doing they were cross country skiing. That's what that's called. After that, they decided to do a tailgate. Monica said her mom Whitney, I think, asked Monica, oh, is that a new car or what have you? Monica said that her mom took the car because everything is in her mom's name. And when she gets upset with her, her mom is like, I'm recalling it in, bring it back. So she had to go and get a rental. I'm assuming that Maybe Monica had to have her mom do it because her credit wasn't where it should be after her divorce. I don't know. But she had to rent a car. And again, when you look at where you could be versus where you are, Monica crying episodes ago about how she felt pressure. So she went out and bought a white Louis Vuitton bag. She had the money to do it. She needed to rent a car because her mom took this car. She had the money to go rent the car, So it's like, look at where you are. But anyway, she took it. Her mom took the car back. Meredith talked about her taking her power back. They all talked about mother relationship trauma. Whitney talks to Meredith. She tells them about Bobby's party, talks to Meredith and says, Meredith, I want you to come, but it makes me uncomfortable that you repeatedly said you wanted to ruin Angie K's life. Girl, this is Whitney in words. That's not what she said. What she said was, let's not talk about the rumors. Okay. She didn't say she wanted to ruin her life. And that's one of my many issues with Whitney. For those of you that don't know, I don't see it for her. That's just that. She's a beautiful girl, though. Beautiful gowns, beautiful face, stunning to look at. But she said that Meredith said that she wanted to ruin Angie K's life. Meredith is like, that is not what I said. I did not say that. Whew. Another example. Whitney says Meredith posted that she was in a fatal accident. Her post actually said she could have been in a far more fatal accident. Those are two different things, period. Whitney takes from them what she wants to take from them for the betterment of the show, I assume, meaning she wants to create scenes. In Ultimate Girls Trip, she basically said that. Remember when they were all at that table? I don't know if it was for breakfast. Was it the day after they got there? But it was one of those mornings. And she basically said, we got a show to make or something like that. So it irritated me. And the way she keeps bringing up Meredith, bringing up rumors. No, girl, you did this last season, whether you like Whitney or not. She brought up rumors about Lisa, hearing rumors about Lisa and hearing rumors about Angie. Meredith just said that she heard them both. Period. Point blank. She never said what the rumors were. And I'm sick of Whitney and this narrative, right? I know Meredith was serious about talking about this accident, but child, I was cackling. And it took a long time for her to get those words out. And, if you don't think that my life did not flash before my eyes, I was like, okay, Meredith, I'm with you, but girl, come on, get it out. And the way the ladies were looking at her, they were like, so that part was funny. Let's move on to Angie and her dad. It was a great scene. I have to say, Angie K is not getting up underneath my skin as much. And I am okay with learning more about her family. I would say enjoy, that would be a bit of a strong word or stretch for me, but I liked the conversation that she had with her dad. She talked about relationships and her parents' relationship and how she didn't see her parents go out, and she didn't really learn how to be in a relationship from them. And it's interesting because, a real quick side note, I think about how parents want to be strict on their kids. Royce Reed from Basketball Wives did an interview with Carlos King on part 1. And she talked about how she wasn't allowed to date until she went to college. And so when she got into a relationship, she wasn't sure how to navigate things because she didn't see her parents navigate things. All she knew was that they were together for a long time, right? But here she is, not allowed to date. She goes to college and now she's in a relationship with a guy. And so often I know parents who are so strict on their kids, and because they're so afraid of the girls getting pregnant and the girls out here having sex. And then when it's time for them to be in a relationship, they don't know heads or tails because they were never allowed to experience it and have those experiences and then talk openly to their parents. So I thought, and then we expect them to, then you want them to grow up, get married, and be in these relationships that they have no idea how to operate as themselves in. you know? So when Angie said that, that's just immediately what I thought about. She talked about her dad being there for her. I loved that. And Sean came in. He wanted to shower before he ate. Listen, I know a lot of people were like, he just came in, showered, like ran off and showered. Me personally, I can't eat when I'm not showered. I don't like to eat. So like, there are times when, say, like I've been on vacation, woke it up, and they go to eat breakfast, and I'm like, I just need to shower real quick. I need to be comfortable and eat. I'm not comfortable if I'm not like showered, because then I might get sleepy, child, and then I fall asleep and I haven't showered yet. So that's just me. I personally like to shower first, then sit down and eat my food. So I got that. Let's move on to Mary and Whitney. Child, this scene was a lot for me. There was a lot going on. A lot. They started out okay, told each other how beautiful they were. And then Mary saying, Whitney, you better come with it. You called the shot. You better shoot your shot. I said, let somebody say they want to talk to me and they want to do small talk. You better come with it. You called the shot, so you better shoot your shot. I just thought that was funny. Whitney says she got caught up talking about Mary. I got caught up talking about you. It's interesting because scenes back, we see you talking to Meredith, saying she brought up rumors, and you don't have that same mindset with her. Like maybe Meredith just got caught up with you, who brought up with the rumors, talking about them. Why doesn't the same apply for Meredith? Maybe she just got caught up. The scene it spiraled. Mary was upset that Whitney called them predators. Although it was funny, and because I don't see it for Whitney, I laughed, but I have to be real. When she said, grow up bobblehead or wake up bobblehead, I was like, that's a bit much. Like, can we just stick to, you went after me and my family intentionally. You didn't get caught up. You tried to get the other ladies to come for me. I don't have nothing to say to you at all. I came to hear what you had to say, but quite frankly, I don't need you telling me I need to take accountability for my mean text. If you want to move forward for yourself and you want to apologize to me, then just do that. And it's going to be up to me whether or not I accept and take accountability for what I said to you. Although Mary's texts were mean, I will say I do not believe they were on any type of level as Whitney's. Now, again, you can't dictate somebody's response to you. So Mary, you sent her those mean texts, and her response was to call you and your husband the predator and come after y'all, right? I have to stand by what I always say. You cannot dictate somebody's response to you. If you're going to throw a pebble, you can't get mad if they throw a boulder and shatter your whole life. You can't. If you're going to start some, don't be mad when there is some coming back your way, period, point blank. I do wish Mary had just been like, nah, I don't see it for you. Can you wrap my food up to go? Thank you. Speaking of, when Mary got that food dropped on her shop, I was like, this is not going to go well. I think that exacerbated what Mary was feeling. So I understand why Mary left, why she did not want to talk to her. And again, when you want to move forward for yourself and you apologize for your wrongdoings, you then can also dictate if a person accepts, and if they're accountable for their actions, you be accountable for yours and move on. That's it. That's all. Because if I was Mary, I wouldn't want to be messing with Whitney either, which is a shame because at one point they had a real relationship. Again, Whitney took her father to Mary's church. So moving forward, Lisa throws the party for Jack, where it's announced where he was going. He is going to be serving in Colombia. And it's interesting because I didn't see a lot of pushback or conversation about Lisa saying he'll probably be robbed at gunpoint. Moving right along, Monica and her mother. Monica's mom, and her tears dried up real quick when she realized that Monica wasn't biting. Monica's mom I can see why Monica has her feelings about her. I also feel like to a degree, Monica and her mother reflect each other a little bit. I do. I can see it. I'll just say that. But again, I understand why Monica is like, I have no play for you and them tears. Monica's mom literally, it's not like she was watching the movie and then Monica showed up and she was crying. Girl, you bringing out tears to bring up a movie that you watch. Like, nah, stop. Come on. But they dried up real fast and she got real nasty real quick. But then Monica was like, I don't want to eat. I'm not eating. It was like, okay, girl. But I get it. I get it. I see both sides of it. I do think Monica's mom has narcissistic tendencies. That word to me sometimes feels so overused, but let's call a thing if you're going by what narcissistic tendencies are. We see them. And like I said, I do feel like to a degree, Monica reflects some of her mom's behaviors as well. It almost reminds me of Miss Dorothy and Candace, but where people made fun of Candace for her mom's behavior and to an extent blamed Candace. People are feeling sorry for Monica and her mom. I to me, that's immediately what I thought of. I immediately picked up on that, and can't nobody tell me no different. So that episode goes off. They're at dinner. Mama thought that the guacamole was dessert. When she was looking for Aspen, I know I put something in here. I said, child, both of them do make things about themselves. Let's roll right into episode 9. Episode 9, Monica and Angie K. I will say I absolutely loved their conversation. I'm glad that they got together and got to see each other. And what I loved is how Angie talked about her mom being an alcoholic and not having a mom and basically wishing that she had a mom. But what she didn't say was, Monica needs to act better with her mom because I don't have a mom and I would give anything for my mom to be back, to have a relationship to fix. She didn't do that. She said, I also can understand Monica's point of view with her mom and her relationship. So I was glad to see that Angie K was able to empathize. Yeah, empathize. I was going to say, was it empathize or empathize, child? Words. I was glad that Angie was able to empathize with Monica. I really did like their conversation. I really, really did. Lisa and Whitney. Lisa came in. I forgot that she helped, like did parties and things, because that was a focus, I think, in episode 1, her being a party planner. And you know what? I think I associate her party planning with Sundance, not realizing that she could party plan for anything, not just Sundance. So she came in. She talked about Monica bringing the treatment of her mother, the treatment by her mother on herself. That's a lot. That's a lot. I feel like when you haven't been in a toxic relationship like that, maybe you don't quite understand, which then you should kind of like take a step back maybe and take a beat. But to say that Monica's bringing that treatment on herself, even if I feel like Monica does reflect a little bit of her mother's tendencies, I do not feel like she's bringing the treatment on herself. I really, really don't. I feel like Monica's mama wants to be on the show, a part of the show, wants to be a popular girl. I really do. I feel like Monica's mom is kind of reliving through Monica. That's just what I think. I didn't like that. I really didn't like that conversation. And I will say I have to give Whitney credit because I'm really trying to be honest in my assessments and what I feel and what I see, no matter who it is. I like that Whitney said, I have to stand with Monica on this. She's saying that she suffered ABUSE from her mother, like emotional ABUSE. And I have to stand with Monica on this. I do. I appreciated Whitney for saying that, especially because Whitney last season talked about the trauma that she experienced, you know? So I appreciated Whitney for that. Heather and Meredith. I love their friendship. I did like them grabbing their hands. I liked their friendship. And I wonder if they developed the friendship because of the fallout between Meredith and Lisa, when Lisa had that hot mic moment. And then Heather already had her issues with Lisa. So I wonder if their relationship came about because of that. I will say if a relationship is based on your mutual dislike for someone, I don't know if that's necessarily the best foundation, but I do think that Heather and Meredith actually have formed a real friendship. I like to think so. Y'all let Heather, Meredith, hit me up. Let me know if y'all are real friends. But I liked it. Heather being triggered by Lisa and the way she goes about her Mormonism journey, I do think that is a rooted issue with Heather. She sees, Lisa being still accepted into the Mormonism church and not rejected because she doesn't do X, Y, and Z to a T. But here she followed the letter of the law, and she was rejected after her divorce, a divorce that she didn't even initiate, right? So I see why Lisa triggers her at times, especially when she talks about being Mormon. It's like, wow, you get to be you and do you, and yet I don't. Now, I do wonder, it was Lisa talking about going into the church part and not the temple part, because that is different, right? I also feel like Heather resents that and wants acceptance from the Mormons, even if she doesn't want to be a part of the church again. But at the same time, she knows their treatment of folks that don't look like her, that look like me, and just different things about the church. So for me, it's kind of hard sometimes because I'm watching Heather yearn, to me, it seems like, to maybe not necessarily go back, but not be banned, if you will. You know what I mean? Like, I think Heather wanted it to be her choice to walk away, not them saying, we don't want you any longer. And I think that plays on her a lot. So seeing Lisa be so comfortable talking about it and just doing her, I definitely think that's a trigger for her. Bobby's birthday. Bobby is adorable. When she was getting her makeup done and she wasn't sure if she could talk, I just think that Bobby's adorable. And it seems like Whitney is a really, 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 really good mom. The party seemed fun. The skating themed, it really seemed like a good time. I'm glad that Meredith showed up, gave Bobby her gift. And I thought that was really cute. Monica and Lisa's argument. I don't know if I would say that Monica is jealous. I don't know. At first, I was firmly like, Monica isn't jealous. I don't know. I would say that Monica definitely triggers Lisa. I wonder if Monica is purposely triggering Lisa to try to get under her skin. I didn't like the fact, like going back in the first few episodes when Monica harped on Lisa talking about her $60,000 ring. These shows supposed to be about affluent women and their lifestyles. I didn't mind Lisa talking about the $60,000 ring. In real life, would it get on my nerves? Mm-hmm. On the show, it would probably get on my nerves, but not from the aspect of, I don't have as much and I'm tired of hearing you talk about it. It would just be like, girl, enough. You lost it. I would be devastated too, but this is day 3. Let's move on. It wouldn't be out of my deficit. You know what I mean? So I kind of see both, but I don't know if I think that Monica is jealous. I don't know. She could be. She could very well be. I don't think so, though. The age thing, Monica, come on. I'm sick of people bringing up ages. Like, it's annoying. It really is. Also, maybe because I'm 4 years shy of 50, so maybe, but it's annoying, honestly. Come on. Lisa and John scene. I can see Lisa wanting to know where Angie stands. Look, I went to bat for you up against Monica. I spoke up. I didn't just support you in the privacy of us talking. I went at Monica and all of them for you. And now y'all are meeting up. I can see where she wants to know where they stand, which is fine. Like, girl, so what we doing? I got you. You cool? All right. You cool? Then it should be, all right, then I'm cool. But I don't know. Again, I would want to know too. If I went to bat for my friend, like, yo, I thought you wasn't fooling with her. She was just talking about your marriage. I went in on her for you. And now y'all cool. You need to let me know where you at. That kind of conversation. I get it. Put your phone down. Knock it out of her hand. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, Heather steaming her daughter's dress for prom. I love her relationship with her daughter. I think it's so great. I love that she wants her daughters to have a fun life, like a life of a teenager, that the things that she didn't get to do and didn't get to have. I love Heather's relationships with her daughters. The jewelry launch. I'm going to say this, just jumping forward a little. I love how when Whitney was wanting to sell the jewelry, Lisa jumped right in and was telling him, oh, you should get this for your mom. You should get that. Like really supporting her friend in that way, helping her friend. I really like that. Lisa asked Angie how she was feeling about the night before with Monica and Lisa arguing. She only asked that so she could then say how she felt. She didn't really care how Angie felt in that moment. I did agree with Monica, though, when Angie went to Monica and was like, so this Lisa thing. She's like, I ain't even been here 2 minutes, ain't even got a drink. Y'all keep bringing up Lisa to me. It is not me bringing up Lisa. Y'all keep bringing her up to me. Why? Like, I said what I said last night. What I said still stands. It's annoying. I do like how Angie said, you know what? You're right. It's because I just walked away from Lisa. That's why, basically, that's why it's top of mind. I really appreciated her saying that. I definitely agreed. I think it's funny. Lisa walking up to Whitney. I know you have a lot going on, but I just don't like. And Whitney going, so I have to do a speech. I'm not going to lie. In this scene, I kind of was saying living for Whitney is a whole lot of extreme, but I was with Whitney. I was like, let her know, Whitney, be on your business thing. That's right. Look, check this out. I got a speech to do. And in her confessionals, when Whitney was like, can Lisa put Lisa on ice for a minute? I was like, all right, Whitney, okay, you're on to something. I agree with you with all of that. So I really appreciated Whitney in that moment, just kind of like, nah, Lisa, chill. And then saying in her confessional, I'm gonna need Lisa to chill. I thought that was really, really funny. Lisa and Monica arguing. And it all came about because Monica and Angie were talking. Monica said Whitney has the best legs. Angie said, doesn't she? Lisa was pissed off because Angie wasn't ignoring Monica. And then it just escalated from there and went to a place where like there just was no coming back from. Poor Whitney was trying to give her speech and all of that. And then, do the sound bath and them arguing back there. And then it got to a point where it became like my butt was clenching, y'all. I'm not going to lie. I was like, oh my God. You ever been somewhere and people are like, it's at a place where someone's maybe giving a speech or talking and you're supposed to be quiet. And then people start talking loud and you're like right there with them, but it's not you. So you're like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, shut up. Enough. And like your butt is squeezed tight. It's like, come on. That's how I was watching it go down. Like that was a lot. I feel like Lisa does need to grow up. Again, I get you want to know what's going on. Why are they talking? They were literally talking about Whitney's legs and being the best. And now you're calling her fake. Girl, come on. Grow up. And it was table. That's what Whitney said in the confessionals. Can Lisa table Lisa? I really liked it. I like when she said that. Can Lisa table Lisa? Yeah, because it's always about Lisa. She makes everything about herself, from her son's mission to all of it, right? Whitney tried to walk away, and Lisa still couldn't even collect herself enough. She still kept going. And then Monica leaves, gives Whitney a hug and a kiss, and then Lisa walks out. The episode was good. I'm enjoying Salt Lake City, y'all. I really, 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 really am. I'm excited about what's to come for the season. It's a breath of fresh. And like I said, I can't wait till Heather gets that phone call, how it's all going down. I'm excited. Let me know what y'all think about the episodes. If y'all are excited or y'all over it. I feel like I'm more excited about Salt Lake City than Potomac at this point. Y'all, I will talk to y'all later. Bye.